from Washington, D.C., 2K Sports proudly brings you the Wizards. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Well, for the Wizards, they come into tonight's game after the loss to the Memphis Grizzlies.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Tonight, a great backcourt matchup, Doris. When you were going up against another talented guard in college basketball, did that change your approach at all?
Well, you certainly knew when you were looking opposite somebody who had a skill set and a talent level that was going to challenge you for the full 48-minute game. And obviously, it raised the level of intensity. Your interest was piqued, and you want to show out against the best players. So certainly on the night you know you're going against an all-star type player, believe me, it's personal.
They take the challenge. All great players do. They want the challenge, don't they?
No doubt.
Now here's Wall to the left side wing. There's Hollis Jefferson. LeBron grabs the miss. And so James will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Nice ball movement by Utah. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
And that's true. The officials used to be pretty lenient on those, but not anymore.
Now here's Wall. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Now that's taking it to the teeth of the defense. Wall is in attack mode.
Here's James. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Wall. Here's Washington. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Inside. There's Hollis Jefferson. And he banks in the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got his first 2 points.
Now, Hollis Jefferson fears no one, Kevin. It's incredible watching him outwork people in the paint.
Wall with the steal. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. To the wing right side. To the middle. Wall wide open. It's good on the putback.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
Now here's James. Poked away. 5 on the clock. Trying to get something going. And James throws it down.
Yeah, LeBron James will inflict pain at the rim when he gets free like that. You know, I think, guys, what's amazing to me is LeBron has been in his prime for over a decade at this point. And we all kind of keep waiting for Father Time to catch up. But who knows when that's going to happen?
Now here's Valanciunas. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Valanciunas has got his second bucket tonight.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas showing good hands and finishing ability inside. And Kevin, this guy on that end of the floor has always been effective.
Shots good by Ibaka. And Doris, normally players LeBron's age start to decline, but it isn't happening.
Yeah, Kev, I mean, LeBron said he wants to be the player to break the mold and dominate into his late 30s. Listen, he wants to play with his oldest son, so we'll see what happens.
Here's LeBron, following the basket by John Wall. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Maybe not that time, but he'll hit more than his share if he's left open.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the rejection by James.
Oh, you watch LeBron, not a prolific shot blocker, but when he wants to get it done, he is emphatic.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Jazz trail by 7. And they're on the break. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Well, how about Valanciunas on the rim run? Just busts it down the floor, and no one keeps up with him.
Pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
And that's such solid, fundamental basketball on display right there, guys.
You talk about it all the time, Greg. Yeah, great use of the pick to set up the dunk.
You know, that's why we say move without the basketball. You'll be rewarded.
Now here's Wall. 6 to shoot. Inside. Martin. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
Jazz trail by 9. Doris, you've covered the NBA and the Jazz for so long. Just how much does this team mean to its community?
Well, this is one of the great environments in the entire NBA. Jazz fans are diehard. They're loud and they're proud. And I'll tell you, as the only pro team in the state, it's no wonder.
Wizards leading by 9. Redick for 3. Good on the triple. Redick's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Shots good by Ibaka.
From the opening tip, he's been active and working for good looks. He's been pretty accurate.
Pass to Redick. It's Barton on the wing. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Now here's James. Pass to O'Neal. And he overshot that one, missing.
Boy, just enough defensive attention to throw that shot off target.
It's been... And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And for the Wizards here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Well, I think one key is they've controlled the tempo so far. And I know it's early, but it helps to have this kind of lead.
So it's Utah now. They trail by 11. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand.
The defense not doing its job there. Left him wide open, and I'm sure he's kicking himself for not cashing in.
And Tyler Johnson, undrafted out of Fresno State back in 2014. One of those lunch pail players. Didn't take him long to make his mark in the NBA.
Here's Johnson, following the basket by LeBron James. Back to Johnson. It's Nene, high post. 6 to shoot. And the shot is good from Johnson. Johnson's got the lead up to 13 now for the Wizards. And Tyler Johnson, a 6'4" combo guard. Greg, talk about how he straddles that gap.
Yeah, I mean, a shooter with athleticism. I mean, the lefty's still developing that right hand, but improving as a playmaker and game management right before our eyes. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought without any individual agendas.
Nice ball movement by Washington. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Lyles. That's his first foul.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Now, here's Grant. Pass to Magruder. There's the triple. Rebound, Utah.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
How about that? LeBron James always looking for his guys. The court vision, unreal.
Here's Nene. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Free throw line jump shot. Great positioning on the putback. And the Wizards lead by 10.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Jazz trail by 10. To the middle. Here's Ibaka. It's good for his fourth bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8. Of course, at times out there, things get a little heated. Some people feel like the whistle's being blown too quickly on some of these technical fouls. What do you think?
I would actually completely disagree, Kevin. I think there are certain players who are given far too much latitude and others for whom the whistle does come too quickly. So I think it would be better and more helpful to the officials, the teams, and also the fans to understand what is and what does cross a line. Because to me, there's no consistency. There's a lot of confusion. And I think it works both ways. Sometimes too long of a leash, sometimes too short.
Excellent appraisal. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Wizards have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And Utah making a change here. Both shots good from the stripe. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Taken away by Nene. And here we go, the Wizards fast break. And it's Magruder missing. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Connaughton. Offline with his 3. And so Grant will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They get to take on the Bulls of Chicago after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. And stolen by LeBron. It's tipped.
Twice on the pipes. Nene sends it back.
Here's Magruder. Grant tips it back in. Grant's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Utah shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
To the paint. Now here's Nene. And stolen by LeBron. Jumps up. Finishes the break with a slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
Pass to Lyles. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The Jazz have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And so he hits both. Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin.
And Redick now atop the key. Yep, that one goes. Redick's got 5 now.
Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
James. Nice feed from Valanciunas.
You know, defenders are in the area, and that's all it took to force him to change his release.
Washington leading now by 9. Pass to Barton. Back to Wall. Here's Hollis Jefferson. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Hollis Jefferson's got his second basket of the night. Now Ilyasova. Wall with the steal. It's deflected. They retain possession. And they'll keep possession. And so it's the Washington Wizards holding. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Jazz trailed by 11. Now here's LeBron. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on John Wall. And Greg, what else is there to say about LeBron? One of the best to ever play the game.
I mean, he's been the face of the league for so long, and he's done a tremendous justice to that title. Has always played with so many expectations and really has met every single one of them. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see a guy like LeBron in the NBA, and he's truly been a generational talent.
Boy, this has been a bit of a showcase for Jonas Valanciunas, over and over, finding a way to get it done on the offensive end.
And that's how you want to come out of the locker room. He is fired up.
Absolutely perfect start to the half, setting the tempo right away with an easy opportunity at the cup.
Here's Redick following the basket by LeBron James. Nice ball movement by Washington. Wall, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's LeBron. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And so it's Wall with it, bringing it up for Washington. Pass to Barton. Down low. Outside for Redick. Four on the shot clock. Wizards need to get a shot off here. Basket counts. 14 points for Valanciunas.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Ilyasova gets the bucket.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
Now here's Wall. He's got 6. Inside. Here's Redick. Pass to Wall. Here's Valanciunas. He is covered by Bogdanovich. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
I'll tell you, if you leave a guy open, John Wall is going to put it on time and on target. And sometimes the defense is not going to look good as a result.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Now here's James. He's got 12. At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Second shot opportunity. And O'Neal gets it to go.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And stolen by James. Bogdanovich wide open. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his third foul of the game. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Valanciunas. Poked away. In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Jazz trail by 10. James outside. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the jam by Ajinça. Doris, look in your crystal ball. 5 years from now, who do you think will be the 2-3 best players in the NBA?
Well, certainly some of the names. I won't say this is a definitive list, but as long as health holds, I'm going to give you 3 men who are going to be bad men in the NBA for a long time. Giannis Antetokounmpo, because the Greek freak is able at his size to handle it, take it off the window, and dominate action in transition. If he gets a consistent jump shot, forget about it. Ben Simmons, exactly the same thing. His passing ability is extraordinary. I think you'll see him get a low post game, and I think he'll get a jump shot, and he will be unguardable. And one of my absolute favorites is Mr. Joel Embiid. Give it to you inside, give it to you outside. Mr. Embiid can handle it. He can dominate with his defense. Those 3 men are going to be all-stars for a long, long time.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
So both teams changing it up here. Now here's James. 12 points for him. It fails to fall. Now shooting just a little better than 50%. 5 for 9.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Pass to Wiles. Back to James. Out left to the wing. Right side, Collison. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
See, Darren Collison has become such a legitimate threat from 3 that you have got to be excellent on your closeouts.
And it's Magruder missing. Jazz trail by 5. Pulls up on the wing. For Utah, they had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. That free throw, no good.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Back to Johnson. Over to the wing. Here's Grant. They could use a bucket. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Nene's got his second bucket of the night.
But Gortat, anticipating where that would miss, comes away with the board and the follow-up bucket.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And both free throws good for LeBron.
I think what amazes me about LeBron James is that he never stops pushing. This guy is pursuing greatness.
And there's the call on James. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Game see up in my window. Don't understand me, cause I'm about to go top down at Maxis with big handy. Stuff creased up, stay dressed to impress. Big box, Bill Bugger under my Michelin S.
Utah calls timeout.
Timeout. Timeout. Start it.
How 11 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And the dunk by Grant.
How about the timing on the offensive glass by Jeremy Grant? Always seems to be in the right place.
The Wizards shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. And so it's Washington. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Washington leading now by 8. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Magruder. Outside Carroll. Good on the three-point shot. Carroll's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Washington.
Well, the best thing there is how decisive Amari Carroll was. He's going to rise and fire as soon as he touches the ball.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
And it's Magruder missing.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That'll be his second foul of the game. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Pass to O'Neal. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Here's Johnson. And here's Carroll. Got a piece of it. Clock at 6. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Jazz trail by 9. And that one's good. James.
As much as LeBron loves to create, there are times when he simply has to do it himself. Too good to pass up that one.
Here's Magruder. Over to the left wing. Here's Nene. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, it gets to the line so often. Nene is always seeking contact.
Second free throw, no good. And so Ibaka, he'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Now here is Ibaka. Lets it go from deep. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. And that's 13 points for Serge Ibaka.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Washington calls timeout.
You know, and Serge Ibaka, a player who kind of came into the league as a defensive stopper, shot blocker. You know, still has great length and can bother shots, but not the prolific shot blocker he once was, as the focus has become more on the offensive end.
here. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Kevin, I heard what Scott Brooks said to his team. It was pretty clear cut to them. He said, look, we need to play with some edge out there. I don't care what the lead is. Do not back off.
And with Ibaka at one point would average almost 4 blocks a game.
Yeah, I mean, it is hard for any player to maintain a pace that high at this stage. Ibaka's done well to adjust, I think, his capabilities and make sure he can still have an impact on defense. The block numbers won't ever be as gaudy as they once were, but he is still causing problems for shooters.
You know, seeing an uptick in his trips to the free throw line, really, since we came out of the half.
Redick is in the corner. And good, coming off the assist by Wall. And the Wizards lead by 7.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Utah calls timeout. And J.J. Redick, a longtime vet in the NBA, but still plays with a lot of energy.
And Redick said he feels like he's been revitalized in the last few seasons with his change of scenery, playing with more joy, and has always been explosive off the ball in his efforts to get open. You can see when he's on the floor, the whole offense seems to pick up their energy.
And stolen by LeBron. The long distance 3 is buried. James has got 9 points in the quarter.
Just ridiculously long shot from LeBron. Defenses usually let him prove if he can make it from there.
Utah calls timeout. It's been quite a game for Jonas Valanciunas.
He is on a major roll today. This timeout was desperately needed. They've got to come up with a new game plan designed to shut him down.
The Jazz making a switch here. Wizards leading by 4. It's Wall with the drive. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
James looking it over. Uncovered. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. LeBron's got 25 points.
We all know LeBron wants to take these shots. When the pressure is at its highest, he does not shy away from making the play his team needs.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Now here's Valanciunas.
Well, the big man has quite the presence inside. Jonas Valanciunas gets physical and draws the contact. He's got to stay aggressive.
Valanciunas hits them both.
Boy, how outstanding at the line has this guy been. One of the best free throw shooting big men you will ever find.
Pass to Connaughton. Back to James. Here's Connaughton to the paint, and James throws it down.
Well, when LeBron James is starting to cook, his teammates understand, hey, perhaps the big guy, one of the greats of his generation, needs the basketball.
And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Man, this has been fun. I mean, we got 2 teams dueling down the stretch.
Boy, does it feel to you, Greg, like every single shot is going through the bucket? That's how lethal both of these teams have been late in this one.
James with the bucket.
I'll tell you, LeBron James can put a defender on skates, keep him off balance. There is no limit to where this guy can score from.
It's Wall with the drive. And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Down low. No good from Valanciunas. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Utah. A 2-point game.
A bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
.35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nice feed from Valanciunas. And that's an intentional foul. Basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Well, Kevin, you know this. There's a long history of great players coming out of Lithuania, and Valanciunas right there with the best of them. Remember, back in 2012, this guy was the MVP of the Lithuanian Basketball League.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
A wide open look here for Ibaka. It's good. And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
What a shot. He had no fear. I love it.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Washington calls timeout. They're leading by 2. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. 5 to shoot. Wall draws the double.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And the Jazz call time here. They're behind by 4. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Connaughton. No good.
Defensive versatility of DeMar Carroll is one of my favorite things. He can guard virtually every position on the floor, Kevin.
And so it's Washington who scraped by with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.